Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'll discuss part 2 of ADHD symptoms explained. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, we highly recommend checking it out. In part 1, we explored 5 common symptoms and how they can affect daily life. Today, we'll be talking about 5 less common symptoms and providing insights into how to manage them. Our goal is to provide a comprehensive look at these symptoms so you or your loved ones can better understand and manage ADHD. Whether you're living with ADHD, know someone who is, or are just curious about the condition, this video is for you. We've gathered expert insights and practical tips to help you navigate the world of ADHD. So let's get started and dive into the often misunderstood world of ADHD. And remember, if you find this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to support our journey into understanding mental health better. First, let's talk about restlessness, a symptom of ADHD that's often misunderstood. It's not just about being physically active, it's a deeper, more pervasive feeling of being unable to settle, both physically and mentally. In children with ADHD, restlessness is usually more visible. They might constantly be moving, running, or climbing, often described as being on the go or acting as if driven by a motor. This restlessness can impact all areas of life. In children, it might interfere with their ability to engage in quiet activities like reading or participating in structured group activities. For adults, the restlessness is often internal. It manifests as an inability to relax, a feeling of being constantly mentally wound up. This can include a constant need for mental engagement, seeking new stimuli, or an inability to enjoy quiet moments. Adults might find themselves unable to focus on tasks that require continuous attention, leading to difficulties in completing work or engaging in leisure activities. This can also disrupt sleep patterns, leading to fatigue and further affecting concentration and mood. Social interactions can be challenging for individuals experiencing restlessness. The constant need for movement or mental stimulation can be misinterpreted as disinterest or impatience by others. Managing restlessness involves finding constructive outlets for the energy. Regular physical exercise, engaging in hobbies that require focus and energy, and practicing relaxation techniques like deep breathing or meditation can be helpful. In children, structured activities that allow for movement and expression can be beneficial. For adults, creating a routine that balances active tasks with periods of relaxation can help manage the internal restlessness. Understanding and addressing restlessness in ADHD is key to managing its impact on daily life. It's about finding the right balance of activity and rest, both physically and mentally. Let's address a common issue in ADHD: difficulty in completing tasks. This goes beyond procrastination. It's a fundamental challenge that many with ADHD face, affecting their productivity and sense of accomplishment. Starting tasks isn't usually the problem. The initial enthusiasm or interest often propels the beginning of a task. However, the struggle lies in maintaining the focus and motivation to see it through to completion. Individuals with ADHD often find themselves jumping from one activity to another, leaving a trail of unfinished tasks. This isn't due to a lack of effort or desire to complete tasks, but rather difficulty sustaining attention and interest. This pattern can lead to significant issues in both professional and personal settings. At work, it might manifest as missed deadlines or incomplete projects. In personal life, it could result in unfulfilled commitments or a chaotic living environment. Interestingly, some individuals with ADHD experience periods of hyperfocus, where they become deeply engrossed in a task to the exclusion of everything else. While this can be beneficial for task completion, it's often not sustainable or selectively applied. To manage this challenge, setting clear, achievable goals and using reminders or timers can help maintain focus. Creating a structured environment with minimal distractions and using positive reinforcement for completed tasks can also be beneficial. In some cases, seeking support from a therapist or counselor can help in developing personalized strategies for task completion. Dealing with issues in completing tasks requires understanding the unique ways ADHD affects focus and motivation. With the right strategies and support, it's possible to overcome these challenges. Now let's delve into the issue of trouble following instructions, a symptom commonly seen in individuals with ADHD. This difficulty is not about a lack of understanding, but rather a challenge in organizing thoughts and actions to execute multi-step tasks. People with ADHD often find it hard to keep track of multiple steps in a process. It's like having a jigsaw puzzle in your mind where fitting the pieces together in the right order can be overwhelming. This challenge is particularly evident in tasks that require sequential steps or complex instructions. The individual might start well but get lost midway, unable to recall the next steps or prioritize them effectively. This difficulty can have significant implications in everyday life. In academic settings, it might result in incomplete assignments or errors in following experiment procedures. At work, it can lead to mistakes in tasks that require following a specific process. Consider a task like cooking a new recipe or assembling furniture. The multiple steps involved can become confusing, leading to errors or incomplete tasks. In social situations, this might manifest as difficulty with following group plans or activities that involve sequential steps like board games or team sports. One effective strategy that can improve results of multi-step tasks is breaking down instructions into smaller, more manageable steps and tackling them one at a time. Writing down or visually mapping out the steps can also help in keeping track. Using reminders, checklists, and digital tools designed for task management can aid in organizing and following through with multi-step tasks. Practicing these tasks in a low-pressure, supportive environment can also help build confidence and skill in following instructions. Understanding and addressing the difficulty in following instructions is crucial for individuals with ADHD. With the right strategies and tools, it's possible to overcome these challenges and improve task execution. Moving on to a symptom that's often not immediately associated with ADHD: frequent daydreaming. Daydreaming is more than just occasional mind-wandering. For those with ADHD, it can be a persistent and disruptive detachment from the present moment. Individuals with ADHD often find themselves lost in their thoughts, even during activities that require focus. This isn't just a simple drift of attention, it's a deep immersion into their inner world that makes tuning back into reality challenging. This form of daydreaming can occur at any time, often triggered by a mundane task or in the middle of a conversation, leading to a noticeable disconnection from the immediate environment. The outcomes of frequent daydreaming are significant. In educational settings, it can lead to gaps in learning, as important information is missed during these phases of detachment. In the workplace, this symptom can manifest as reduced productivity, missed details in tasks, or a perceived lack of engagement. Socially, it can be misconstrued as disinterest or inattentiveness in conversations. It's essential to distinguish this from normal daydreaming, which is a brief and often creative or relaxing diversion. In ADHD, daydreaming is more frequent, prolonged, and can be disruptive to daily functioning. Managing frequent daydreaming involves techniques to stay grounded and present. Strategies might include active engagement in tasks, using tactile or sensory objects to maintain focus. Training in concentration techniques can also be beneficial. These practices help develop greater awareness of when one's mind begins to wander and how to gently steer it back to the task at hand. Establishing a routine that includes regular breaks can allow for controlled daydreaming periods, thereby reducing their frequency during work or study times. Recognizing and addressing frequent daydreaming as a symptom of ADHD is important. It's a challenge that can be managed with appropriate strategies, improving focus and engagement in daily activities. Lastly, let's discuss a symptom that many with ADHD experience regularly: forgetfulness in daily activities. This isn't just occasional absent-mindedness, it's a persistent challenge that can significantly affect daily functioning. Individuals with ADHD often find themselves forgetting seemingly simple things like appointments, deadlines, or where they placed common items like keys or wallets. This forgetfulness is due to difficulties with attention and executive function, not a lack of care or effort. This can extend to forgetting important dates, failing to complete tasks on time, or even overlooking verbal commitments made in personal or professional settings. It's important to distinguish this from the typical forgetfulness that everyone experiences. In ADHD, this forgetfulness is more frequent and disrupts normal functioning, often leading to stress and frustration. There are effective strategies to manage this symptom. Using reminders, whether digital or physical, can be extremely helpful. Establishing a routine and designated places for commonly lost items can reduce the frequency of misplacement. Addressing forgetfulness in daily activities is an important aspect of managing ADHD. With the right tools and strategies, it's possible to mitigate its impact on day-to-day life. ADHD is a multifaceted condition, and while it presents its challenges, it's also accompanied by unique strengths and perspectives. If you or someone you know is navigating through these symptoms, know that understanding, patience, and the right strategies can make a significant difference. Dealing with ADHD can sometimes feel like a lonely and overwhelming journey, But it's important to remember that you don't have to navigate these waters alone. Seeking help from a mental health professional is a proactive and empowering step. Psychologists, psychiatrists, and therapists have the expertise to understand the intricacies of ADHD. They can offer a diagnosis if you haven't received one and provide personalized strategies for managing your symptoms effectively. Professional guidance goes beyond general advice. It's about tailoring strategies to your unique circumstances. Therapists and counselors can also offer support in dealing with the emotional and psychological aspects of ADHD. They can help you navigate feelings of frustration, low self-esteem, or anxiety that often accompany ADHD. Reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's about taking charge of your life and learning how to manage ADHD in a way that works for you. Thank you so much for joining this exploration of ADHD. Stay tuned for more videos. And for more detailed information on this topic, head over to mindstratos.com. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.